Hello everyone, this is the Prussian Prince with another Total World Attila tournament match cast. This is the NAFT number 8 round of 4, aka semi-final match between JJ13542, I believe. Yes, indeed. That is his full name, of Wolf Clan, and Mesias of VOD. And in this first game we have JJ as Saxons and Mesias as the Danes. So pretty interesting matchup. Let's see though, as I'm gonna go over the builds. So for the Danes here, aka Mesias, we have let's see, the Nordic raid leader with Brace. Then we have, looks like 6 Nordic Horse Lords in total. 2 are bronze 2 and 4 are bronze 1. Then we have up front, looks like 4 of these Nordic bands, so it's pretty much a rush build it seems. And this Troll Skirmisher. And over here we have 2 Herdmen on the left flank, 2 Nordic Axes on the right, 2 Nordic Axes, and in the back looks like 1 Chosen Warrior and an Elite Nordic Warrior. So a pretty decent build here by the Danes. Now for JJ, who is the Saxons, we have Nordic Raider General, bronze 1 with looks like Brace. Then we have up front, let's see, 3 Nordic Horse Lords on the left, 3 Nordic Horse Lords on the right, and we have let's see what else. Up front, 4 of these Nordic Hurlers, so decent skirmish force actually. Looks like 3 Nordic Axe Warriors on the left, 3 Nordic Axe Warriors on the right. Basically the axes are supporting the cav. So that would be the composition here for JJ. Now let's fast forward the game and see how things go. This is a pretty rush build here by the Danes though. I mean, this is a pure rush build, just a single skirmisher, and it's a javelin unit, so we'll have to see the Saxons defending against this, and they do have the tools to defend against this. For sure, I think. They have all these hurlers, which should actually start targeting the axes or the cav right now, I think. That should be what they need to do. They need to focus on one flank as well. Hurlers moving up way too far, but I think it's gonna be okay for them, it seems. Losing some men to the javelins of Nordic band, but that's okay actually, because you want, if the Nordic band shoot the hurlers with their jabs, I think that's a good trait for the Saxons, because you don't want the jabs on those bands to hit either your axes or your horse lords. That would be pretty bad. As you can see here though, the Danes just pushing heavily on this flank. And the thing is, the Danes don't have an advantage here, but here come the horse lords. They're gonna destroy these Nordic band, but Nordic band get their jabs off here. So lots of damage done to the horse lords, and actually a lot of friendly fire by these axe warriors, killing this horse lord almost instantly. Well, half of the unit is dead already due to the friendly fire. That is not good for the Saxons here at all. They do kill off the Nordic band, but at this point the thing is that this horse lord, lots of friendly fire as well here. This is massive. The Saxons basically have lost this flank, I would argue, just due to friendly fire of the axes. The axes just killed the flank of the Saxons there, essentially. And now it looks like the Saxons are going to send everything on this flank. But this flank is basically almost lost, I would argue. The thing is that these axe warriors are just so slow, they're just walking instead of running. And now we're gonna have a pullout here with the horse lords. Chosen warriors engaging here, but wrong attack order. They need to be attacking this axe warrior, because right now they're kind of pulling through, so they're losing a lot of men. Here we have the Nordic man just ignoring this hurler. I don't know why. This horse lord going to engage here, but this is a little bit of a... yeah, I don't like this move, but here, as you can see, just clear win for the Danes on this flank, and it's pretty obvious why, and it's because of the axe warriors. They just threw their axes into the rear of their own horse lords and killed a lot of them, like a very significant amount. Here you see the horse lords getting into the axes here, but not the best charge actually. That did not do a lot of damage, that charge. And here this horse lord gonna go down to this mix of horse lords and axe warriors. So now this horse lord can start engaging the axe warrior here, if they do want to. But this right flank just dying completely for the Saxons. And here these axes need to push through like that. This horse lord needs to stop this horse lord indeed. And now the Nordic Raider is engaging this Trojan Warrior, and it's gonna do fine against it, basically. I don't know what it was doing. It was This unit was pulling through, as you can see here, which is why it didn't really do very well. Here the skirmishers are going to get engaged here, but the thing is now these units are going to get stuck. The thing is the herdmen can't trade too well here against all these units. The Nordic Axe Warriors again dying here. Looks like they kind of got charged by the Horse Lords, I believe. Here we see this Axe Warrior trading here, and it's holding out very nicely, being very, very effective in this fight, especially because the Chosen Warrior pulled through it. But the thing is, this Horse Lord here is still alive, and it needs to do something if the Saxons want to win this game. But the Saxons clearly winning the right flank, as you would expect. They need to push forward here. Again, the Danes are gonna go for a rear charge here, and they actually ended up losing this Axe Warrior as well. That is the Danes, so that is not good for the Danes. But the Danes pushing through the center destroyed that Hearthguard with like multiple units. And now this side is going to die for the Saxons as well, but this Hearthguard here is in shield wall, but it needs to just be over here in shield wall actually. It needs to turn around and not do shield wall like that, because now it's just going to get flanked. And here this Axe Warrior going to end up dying, but not before it gets a lot of kills for the Danes here, as you can see. Just a bunch of kills, and the Nordic Raid Leader is now in trouble. It could get charged by this Horse Lord, as you can see here. So it is going to go in for the charge now for the Danes. But here on this flank, as you can see, Horse Lords beating these Horse Lords. Elite Nordic Warriors holding on very well here, actually rounding off that gap, but now they're going to die to the Axe Warriors. These Herdmen engaging the Hearthguards from a decent position, but now we see this General getting charged by the Horse Lords, but not doing very well. Throw Skirmishers round off the field, but could come back soon. The Nordic Raider just barely alive for the Saxons right now, and these axes, this flank is done for the Danes, but we need to see these axes starting to flank around, because like this is not how you want to engage the Herdmen. You want to continue flanking around, and they need to support this side as quickly as they can actually. But definitely the Saxons are still not in the worst position. The Thrall Skirmisher did come back though. It's all about them not losing their general, and this Horse Lord looks like it is going straight for the enemy general. If it gets into the general, that would be game. And here this Nordic Raider is still alive, so actually a lot of units coming back here for the Danes, which could turn around the game. Don't know why this Nordic Raider is chasing. Looks like it is not. This general is so far out of position for the Saxons, and it could get destroyed. Hurlers here trying to stop the Horse Lords, very nice. But there's just a lot of Horse Lords on the field, and the Raid Leader is going to be engaged at some point. Looks like the Horse Lords are going to be able to get into the Nordic Raid Leader and are going to do some damage here. More charges coming in, and they're going to stop the Nordic Raid Leader here. And the Raid Leader should end up falling here with the Herdman charge. Funny I say Herdman charge, but even that should kill the General. We see the Nordic Raid Leader coming around here, and then these Thrall Skirmishers could end up paying out for themselves. This Raid Leader down to 32 men, and the General refuses to die. Horse Lords disengaging, but now the Raid Leader is going to be off the field, and the General might die any moment now as it's down to 30 men, but looks like he is not dead yet. Raid Leader here disengaging, but looks like he's gonna go for a charge onto this Axe Warrior, and it knows it can because it's 120 men almost against 70, so that's a good engagement for the Raid Leader. Horse Lords here going to continue disengaging from all these hurlers, and they're gonna try and go for a rear charge here onto this Herdman, I believe. No, these Axe Warriors of the Saxons. But very nicely done here by the Raid Leader, just dropping off that, destroying that Axe Warrior without losing too many men. At this point, it should be game in favor of the Danes here. Still, this Horse Lord alive and well and doing damage to the hurlers, and this Herdman holding, and the Axe Warrior is just about to get charged by the Nordic Raid Leader here. These hurlers not gonna hold for as long as they need against the Horse Lords. Let's just zoom in right now. The Axe is getting a charge off onto the Nordic Raid Leader. That is important. But the Raid Leader is still going to hold here, as you see, and it's just going to destroy the remaining units here of the Saxons. And this Hearthguard is in now getting focused, and it's getting hit at its unshielded side. So that is a good angle for the Danes. And looks like the Danes are going to take the victory here against the Saxons. But a very close game, and I didn't expect that after the start. Like, it went really poorly for the Saxons here to start their left flank with that, all of those, how should I put it? All of that friendly fire from the thrown axes. But as you can see here, some of the Nordic axes of the Saxons definitely trading very well. 280 kills, 252 kills, 190 kills. Wow. As you can see, the Horse Lords kind of not doing great though for the Saxons. Anyway, that is game 1, so I shall see you in game number 2. This is game 2 of the match, and here we have JJ in command of the Danes and Mesias as the Visigoths this time around. So this is going to be an interesting matchup. Let's go over the compositions. So for Mesias, who is the Visigoths, we have Gothic General with Brace. Then we have a bunch of these noble Germanic horsemen, looks like 6 of them, out of which 2 are bronze 1. Then we have up front 4 Germanic hurlers, all the way in the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 Gothic warband, 2 Gothic folksmen, and 2 Thracian warriors. So pretty decent melee infantry corps here for the Visigoths. Lots of units, and decent units at that as well. Now though, for the Danes, let's see what they have. That is JJ. He has a Nordic raid leader, bronze 1 with Brace. Then the Danes have 6 Nordic horse lords in total. We also see 4 of these Nordic hurlers. An elite Nordic spearman, interestingly enough, on each flank. Don't see those units too often. And all the way in the back, the standard 6 Nordic axe warriors supporting the general, and a Nordic band here. So both players actually have a skirmish contingent right now, so let's fast forward until they meet in the center of the map. Looks like the Danes are going to move up slower than the Visigoths. The Danes just walking up mostly. But hurlers against Germanic hurlers. I mean Nordics against Germanics. The Germanics should win here, especially due to precision shot, I think. And if you look at the stats actually, 3 armor, 80 health compared to 13 armor and 78 health. So that's, the armor here is pretty important on the hurlers. So without precision shot, the Germanic hurlers lose. But I think, yeah, with precision shot, the Germanic hurlers should win against the Nordic hurlers, I believe. Here, as you can see, the Germanic hurlers already just out of ammo. They used all their ammo onto these Nordic hurlers, and looks like the same with the Nordic hurlers basically. But now the hurlers are just gonna move up and target the cav, I believe. So some very nice job here. They're gonna hit the Gothic warband as well. So with their last few volleys, they're gonna do a decent amount of damage here. The horse lords could actually get into these hurlers and do a decent amount of damage and just get them off the field, because these hurlers will be annoying. Oh, nice rear charge into these Nordic hurlers by the Germanic hurlers. It's like the same thing is gonna happen here and here too. These Nordic hurlers are going down to the Germanic hurlers. And the cav here is engaging and is doing some very weird things. There's gonna be friendly fire from the Nordic band and Nordic horse lords, so this is not good. Look at the horse lord, already lost 2 men because of the friendly fire. That's not great. Here, it lost 7 men to friendly fire. This is massive here for the Danes. So again, JJ being very cost inefficient with his friendly fire. Again, friendly fire and killing a lot of his horse lords. Once again, looks like he has an issue with that. He's gonna move up forward with the axes now though, and they're gonna get into the fray. Again, friendly fire, so much friendly fire onto this own horse lord with all these axes. He needs to really be careful with that. Now these spearmen coming in, they're gonna do very well against the noble Germanic horsemen here. Just a lot of cav here that they can kill. The axes engaging here, and they're gonna do well, but no counter charge here by the horse lords into the noble Germanic horsemen. That is very good for the noble Germanic horsemen, especially as they have an advantage in terms of men. And over here, as you can see, these noble Germanic horsemen coming in with Gothic warband support. They're gonna get a pretty decent charge off onto those units. Gothic general flanking around for the Visigoths. This could be massive. I don't know why he's doing that. Looks like he's trying to go for Nordic leader general, but honestly he's going too far. He should be going for these axes on this side, because now he's going to get engaged by Nordic horse lords. He's gonna get attacked by Nordic Axe Warriors. So that's a bad engagement for the Gothic General, actually. Here, this Nordic Axe Warrior is doing well against the Noble Germanic here. As you can see, this Gothic Falsman destroyed the Nordic Axe Warrior on the charge and is now destroying this Horse Lord. The Gothic General is still alive, but it's gonna get engaged here. This is a very awkward position for a Gothic General, but he is YOLOing through and gonna get a rear charge off onto the Nordic Raider. He was really persistent and looks like it is going to pay off for him as he's gonna dismantle that General. Very, very nice move there by that Gothic General, but quite risky too, actually. But it is going to pay off as he's about to kill the enemy General here. Gothic Warband should kill the Elite Nordic Spearman here. And these Gothic Warband with Noble Germanic Horsemen here are going to beat these two units. And the General is gonna die soon for the Danes. This is very, very important here. This flank is dying for the Danes. This Elite Nordic Spearman getting engaged here by Noble Germanic Horsemen. Pretty funny. But they're not gonna rout off the field. Now they will though, because it is going to be a mass rout. These Axe Warriors coming in here, looks like they are pulling through and they're going to die very quickly here. Woohoo, all the decapitations happening over here. That is insane. But this game ended very, very quickly, as you can see here. For the Visigoths. While Falksman doing so well because of the charge bonus, basically. So many kills. Very insane. And the Gothic General just killing the enemy General. That was a very important move. Just killing the enemy General like that with a rear charge ended the game, essentially. I didn't think he was going to make it because there was a Horse Lord there and another Axe unit, which was going to kill the General, but he did a very nice move by running away from that Horse Lord and then getting a very important rear charge off onto the enemy Nordic raid leader. Then what we have is the Hurlers doing a lot of work, and the Thracian Warriors. Wow, Thracian Warriors. Gothic Warband even doing a decent job. Here, the Axes of the Danes doing okay-ish, but not very well. Again, Horse Lords being wasted overall because of all the friendly fire of the Axes, so something to keep in mind for... yeah, definitely that was one of the main reasons why JJ lost both of these games. All the friendly fire from the thrown Axes. I believe that's what lost him. But anyway, that is game and match. So hope you all enjoyed. If you want to see more, don't forget to comment or subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. Share the video, and I shall see you next time.